10, 9, 8,
Oh, we're going
7,
into it, man.
6, 5, 4,
Alright.
3, 2, 1. What is up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Word on Street podcast.
You're.
Episode number motherfucking 32.
Yes, sir.
It's crazy. Who would have thought we'd be on episode 32? But today we have two amazing guests.
Yes, sir.
First time we have two guests, I guess, ever. So shout out you guys. Thank you guys for coming on. We have two legends, two young legends in the building.
Okay.
We have Boy Dante and JC here. I guess we don't have a cool nickname for JC.
Well, JC is my nickname.
Okay. We have Jonathan Castillo and and we have Boy Dante here. So yeah, it's awesome. You guys may know Boy Dante from the very viral Ben Baller live stream, which is a crazy thing because like I remember waking up like that Sunday morning or whatever, and then seeing like you were on live with Ben Baller,
yeah.
and then we like talked about it or whatever, and then did you clip that up, right?
So actually, if you know Christian, right,
Mhm.
our mutual homie, he was watching and he's the one who screen recorded. I should have been screen recording, thinking content, but I didn't. And then he was like, "Bro, I got the whole thing," sent it to me, and then I clipped the part about Bape and stuff that was like a tribute to what I put out in my content. I didn't expect it to go. I didn't expect Little Jupiter to repost my shit or like ATF or these other.
Stay grounded. Shout out Stay Grounded.
Oh yeah, Stay Grounded. They were actually the first, and they followed me on both accounts.
Oh, fire.
Shout out Stay Grounded.
There you go. That's good as fuck.
But yeah, I talked to Ben Baller, and I didn't really have to say much. He kind of just talked, and I was just like, "That's cool, dude."
So how did that go? Like you were just on live and you just like went live with him or something?
So I was just doing I was actually doing my like Bape stuff and actually doing my fashion thing, and then I looked and Ben Baller was on live, and if you know what the brand LRG was, Ben Baller was the creative director of LRG and a good friend to Jonas, who was the creator of LRG. Ben Baller took the first creative director of LRG was Kanye West. And then Ben Baller took his place right after that. So I wanted to request to join the live so I could talk to him about just fashion stuff. And he accepted it, which was insane. I just looked down at my phone and I was like, oh my gosh. And then like we talked and he was like, where do you live and stuff like that. And I was like, Provo. And he's like, I know Provo. And I know Salt Lake and then stuff like that. And then I was like, talked to him about the fashion things, and I told him what I sell. I sell OG vintage Nego era Bape. None of that IT made in China stuff. But
so when you say Nego era, like is that like that's pre 2014, right?
Pre 2013. So 93 to 2013.
Okay.
And this also includes Billionaire Boys Club from that era as well, because if Billionaire Boys Club is a brand by Pharrell, Billionaire Boys Club and Nego era Bape were made by Bape. So all the Billionaire Boys Club clothes were actually made in the Bape factories because Nego was helping out Pharrell. So that's basically Bape. But I saw all that stuff, and I started talking to Ben about that. And then he started talking about what went viral, the statement where he was like, "It's Nego was making money off the replicas, off the fake stuff," which was like, I guess people didn't know that was a new fact, and then. It went crazy. It was cool. I mean,
did you know that prior?
I didn't know that. I don't think anybody knew. I think that's why I stayed grounded. I think that's why all the media outlets,
picked it up.
that. Because, and then in the comments, I saw like prominent people that were part of like the Babe community, like Franelations and like Nino Scalia. He was part of the ice cream skate team. These are just people, relevant people to like the OG Babe stuff. They were commenting like cap. So. I mean, I don't know. We still don't know if what Ben Baller is saying is real or not.
What do you think?
Yeah.
Because we have an opinion on this. But what do you think on this?
I think that Nego might have made some money off the replicas. I don't think he made $300 million.
Okay.
He only sold Bape for like $3 million too. Like really, he got lowball. Dude, it was like nothing.
Yeah.
What's your opinion?
That's kind of where he was saying like the money part doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But like when looking at it, like if you're already producing it, it would make sense to like just produce maybe the lower like level shit too, and then market on that. But it's also that much extra work. That was my like thing. I was like, it makes sense to like you put out your own replicas. Like what I was explaining to him is like musicians would go put out their own mixtapes instead of trying to sell it to the record labels and stuff. So like technically he was
Mhm.
putting out like his own stuff in the streets type shit in order to get it out there or whatever. That was my theory.
And you agree?
I think it's the same thing. Yeah, like I don't know if he was really making the fake stuff. Like it would make sense to do it, but like it's just that much extra work.
Yeah.
That,
Yeah,
like,
it's
do you really think Nigo at that time was like, I need to make my counterfeit vape also?
What people don't know at that time, Nigo was also creative director of Fendi. So he had a bunch, and he was working on other ventures with Billionaire Boys Club and stuff
It's
like
just
that.
like does he doesn't have time to
He
be
doesn't.
like,
He was the DJ for Teriyaki Boys.
yeah, like I
And
don't
just
think
there's like I don't.
it just
think
gets so deep that I don't think he had time to be making like, bro. If think about me, bro, I feel so busy. I feel like I'm doing
Mm-hmm.
1,000 things a day, you know, and it's like I don't have time to be worried about. Let me make fake T-shirts of my Let me make a fake BYU soaking T-shirt and then sell that one on Temu. Like I don't have time for
Don't
that
get them
shit.
ideas.
Bro.
You
Yeah.
know,
Hey,
Dude, go ahead, Temu. Go ahead, Temu. Go fucking do it, bro.
What did you think?
Dude, first, like, it was tripping me out because, like, I saw that I got a notification on my phone and I was like, Boy Dante going live with Ben Baller. And I was like, this is some bullshit. I was like, this motherfucker probably went in and, like, put the, like, title on the live or some shit. Like,
yeah, that's pretty good.
I was like, damn, nah, this motherfucker lying.
Mentioned you type shit.
So I was like, I'm gonna just open it, bro. I'm gonna call him out or something. And then I opened it and I was like, oh shit, like, it
It's
was
real.
Ben Baller. I was like, that's fucking wild. But I guess going to, like, kind of like the whole topic of that, I definitely agree, like in the sense of like that's a lot of money, like 300 million, where I'm just like, yeah, I could like I guess if you invested like your whole fucking time into it, I could see it. But then like how he puts it, like he's busy doing so much shit. It's like, can you really like generate that much just off of it?
Yeah.
But so I can see it like that for sure. But
I don't know where they got like the numbers for like the replica market. Like
I think he just spit that out.
I think bro was just fucking off the Zan and was like 300 million. He made 300 million.
yeah,
He just fucking put it the best golf game of his life and was like 300 million. That's how much he made.
If you listen to other Ben Baller interviews, he definitely exaggerates
Okay.
about
numbers, yeah.
things and just everything. He always like I don't know. I don't think like a lot of what he says is you have to take it with a grain of salt.
yeah. For sure.
Don't like everybody like that is like a celebrity do that
Does
though.
that, I wouldn't say everybody, but Ben Baller,
Most people?
most and Ben Baller usually do. I mean, they're definitely the humble, the ones that just stay quiet and
Mhm.
do. You know what I mean, like for example, if you think of Pharrell and like what I do, he's a Chad Hugo, the Neptunes. He's another one that does just as much as Pharrell on the music side of things. He created all the songs, 43% of the radio hits in like
Okay.
2001, 2002. But nobody just like, oh, Holla Back Girl by Gwen Stefani was also made by Chad Hugo. Oh, Drop It Like It's Hot by Snoop Dogg. Chad Hugo had a major part in that. He's part of the Neptunes. So there's always going to be the ones that are in the cut. You know what I mean? And, you know, sometimes that's better.
For
So,
sure. Behind the scenes.
Yeah,
and
behind
stuff.
the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
But you've done just as much as the front man of the operation.
Putting in as much work for sure.
Yeah.
It is definitely better, I think, sometimes to stay behind the light. Because then, like, if you do get shine and you don't know how to, like, ride with the shine, you might burn yourself out or you just, like,
Yeah.
ruin it for yourself.
It's the fortune. Like, for me, it's the fortune, not the fame. I mean, the fame is cool. I'm not trying to be like Michael Jackson.
No, fuck that.
So how did you get into selling like the OG vape and like what attracted you to vape just in general?
So, I'm going to say I have always had an interest for fashion
Okay.
and just like stuff like that. Actually, me and him became friends in 2012 because we was rocking like etnies and freaking snapbacks and
I remember like
Swag
JC would post like back to school hauls, bro, like on his Instagram. He'd like
those
post
are
like,
all gone now.
He'd
too,
like
bro.
he'd like fold up the clothes on his bed, bro. You know, like the diamond T-shirts, the like Volcom pants, the shit like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then post them like back to school haul, and it was like the big ass like that was like the flex back in the day, bro. You
It was.
I
posted
mean, I don't
your
know if you
hauls.
guys put photos and stuff, but I can just send them to you if you want.
Yeah,
You guys
Yeah,
still got
definitely
'em.
send them over.
Shout out to Zoomies.
Yeah,
From back in the day.
and like me and JC worked at Zoomies together.
Oh, you were
bro.
just music?
Yeah,
We got
worked at
hired on
Zoomies.
together, then he got fired, and then yeah.
What happened there? Why'd you get fired, man?
Dude, so this was like after the holidays had just passed. And the thing about retail is that you always hella get fucking people either doing returns and gift cards. And that shit gets annoying as hell. So I was on cashiering and someone comes in and they're like, hey, like, I can't remember the exact details, but like they did a transaction and it had to do with like a gift card. And then everything went through, and they came back and it's like, hey, can I just pay for this instead of a different payment? So you have to do like a return, process it, and then recharge them for the new item. My ass was like fucking 17, dude. Like I was still young and shit. I somehow fucked up, and like the way it looked, it made it seem like I was giving them not only money for free but clothing for free.
Oh shit.
And I didn't even know this fucking person.
Yeah.
But my manager thought like that I knew them. And so like the next day I came into work and everyone was like acting all weird. And I was like, damn, like what the hell? Like what did I do? Like I feel like I'm pretty nice to everyone here.
Yeah.
And then they like kind of told me a little bit. And then I went and talked to the manager and she was like, nah, like, you know, it looks like you were hooking up your home. I was like, I don't even know this guy.
That's
I was like, I don't fucking know who this is. And then after that, I was just like, yeah, if it's going to be like that, then, you know, I'm just not really trying to be here then. But, you know, just sucks. But yeah, shout out to Zoomies.
Yeah.
That was a fun job while it lasted. I got rehired though a couple of months later. When I graduated high school in 2016, I went off to Dixie State University.
Okay.
And then at the mall there, I got rehired onto Zoomies. So got rehired, everything was great there, and then I just quit.
Nice. So you went to St. George and you came back here? Or?
Yeah. So I went to St. George. Went with this school.
Oh, you guys went
You guys
together?
went together?
We were homies.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys been riding.
It was on pure
Alright.
accident too, because like I remember I was out in St. George and I saw him post like a Snapchat, and then I was like, oh dude, like I'm in St. George, like I live here now. I thought he was just visiting, and then he was like, oh no, dude, like I'm going to Dixie State too.
Oh shit.
Oh, that's
And then
tight.
like
That's
This was like dad hat.
fucking like random.
Yeah.
Zipper hats, dude.
Okay.
350s.
And Pedro also went, right?
Yeah,
Shout
Pedro
out
was there
Pedro,
too.
yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Pedro.
Yeah, shout out. He's also like another one of our homies from like high school and stuff. Bro,
Right.
I remember he used to give us all rides to school and shit, bro.
Oh,
Like,
nice.
he'd be like, all right, be here at my car at this time, and we'd all like zombies load into his car and like, you know, like go to school together.
That's shit.
Shout out Pedro for real.
But
That's dope.
to just say in conclusion, like we were both into fashion. That's how we met. And then I loved fashion. I loved like I was rocking the tall tanks and everything that was in during the high school era.
Mm.
Omar was into that. He was rocking all the OG golf wagon stuff.
No.
Yes, you were.
I hate when he does that shit.
He's trying to make my number like.
Yeah.
What? I was like,
They're
am I
probably like
crazy?
one of the first
Yeah.
fucking hype shoes I ever bought were the Golf Wing Vans. I bought them up this month.
I know. You have to be.
So all you motherfuckers saying I didn't resell back in the day, these people are proof I did, bro.
Between that and then some golf t-shirts too. I don't even know what the fuck happened to them, but I had that, the Vans, and then some just random shit.
I think that's like when we all started getting to Supreme too. Around
The
that
Supreme
time.
was like the hype of the time.
Yeah.
And Yeezys
Like you couldn't even get it like back then. I felt like it was so hard to even get like a camp cap off of
Dude,
like
I got
the
my
website.
first Supreme hat from you.
That's
Because
crazy.
we were working at Zoomies at the
That's
time,
crazy.
and then like you bought it off someone. Like someone walked in the store. It was the one that had the polka dots on it.
Oh yeah, I
It's
remember.
actually in one of my clothing haul photos from back
Nice.
then. You can see it in the corner. But I just remember like you had, and then like somewhere like during the summertime before school started, like you just sold it to me.
And we would always trade clothes back then too, bro.
It's true.
We were-
Trading
yeah.
clothes was like the thing back then, you know. Like you would like get this shirt, you wore it a few times, but you wanted that shirt, you like trade for it, you know.
You did that with some
Yeah.
Janoskis too, bro.
And guys, I
Black
want you to
and white
know
ones.
the hoodlum was alive during this time.
That was a thing
This
too.
hoodlum is
It's an OG
Yeah,
brand
yeah,
too,
it's
huh?
OG.
Fuck, that's an
That
OG
shit's
brand
from the high
too.
school
That-
days,
yeah,
bro.
this that's from high
And
school.
like
You know,
for context, like I graduated high school almost 8 years now?
Yeah,
2016,
yeah.
almost a decade.
That's literally when I started
Almost
around
10,
that
yeah.
time. So
Yeah.
that's crazy to think that like it's
like
vintage.
JC
you know?
has season 0 hoodlum.
Yeah, literally like
Bro, I remember like back when you first thought about like doing the brand, just kind of like all the like ideas that we were putting together. I remember I think at that time was when you bought the MacBook, so you
yeah.
can start kind of putting stuff in it. You bought like those like fucking like heat print stuff.
Yeah.
And it was like a floral kind of
yeah,
design.
yeah. That shit washed away with one
And,
wash.
But yeah, like I remember that.
yeah, that shit washed
Remember the
away.
first time you made those stickers, which I still fucking have. Yeah. We
Yeah.
were just putting them like all over the school.
We made like thousands of those.
And then like
videos.
those random like skate edits, like I would film, and then like I would put in like fucking hoodlum right in the beginning.
we used to go to this skate park called Bonsai. It was like an indoor skate park, and like he would make edits and stuff. Like JC was big into skateboarding, bro. Like
Oh,
he was
fuck.
big into
I was
skateboarding.
big into it, but I wasn't good at it. I fucking love skateboarding.
I
I
mean,
don't skate as much, but
that's like what fashion is. It's like all the
Subcultures and
cultures
shit,
just
yeah.
mesh, and then like you just get hoodlum. You get like just all these brands, these ideas, and then you just create with it. But Omar's ahead of me because I am where Omar was. Like, I feel like the reseller always turns into brand maker, or brand something, or brand like.
Why do you think that is?
Just the evolution of what we like to do.
Do you think you just say like, because I think for me it's like, why pay all this money for this Supreme shit when I can realistically like, okay, let's say a Supreme hoodie costs you $178 off the website, right? Instead of spending that much money on some t-shirts or on a Supreme hoodie, might as well go make some t-shirts with that and then flip your 178 to, whatever,
Yeah.
400. So I think at the end of the day you realize like, I'm spending all this money over here when I can be spending it on my own shit and
On myself.
making the same or more, So
It turns into liking something, and then you realize I can create.
Yeah.
I can
Yeah,
create
Yeah,
this.
I mean, when you surround yourself with like one thing, eventually you want to try, right? It's like if you go to like a skate park and you don't skate, but you're there every single day, eventually you're gonna want to pick up a board, right?
Yeah.
It's the same thing with fashion.
Mm.
If you're always buying clothes and shoes and looking at videos and studying it, there's gonna come a point where you want to, stop wearing and start creating.
Mm.
So I think like eventually everyone kind of has that idea, right? Like you're so into that you start to think like, how can I put this idea like a piece of art, but that's something that a person can wear. So I think that's kind of how it is. Take inspiration from everything you wear, you see, and you love, and then you're just like, fuck it, like I can put this on a t-shirt, I can put this on a hoodie, I can get creative with fucking little toys, like collectibles and stuff like that.
Mm.
So I think it just makes sense. Like almost anyone that's into fashion, I'm pretty sure at some point they've thought about it. Like, what if I create a brand?
Yeah.
How would this look? How would my ideas be?
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So I just think it's kind of like the normal like path eventually. Not everyone does it, but I feel like everyone that's into it at some point has thought about it. I mean, even I've thought about it.
Mhm.
No, yeah.
What do you think, Kuba?
Yeah, I think it's like you said, the evolution, and then how you're saying like it's all like subcultures coming together in a sense. So if you're like him being, in all the babe shit and all that, like definitely seeing all that stuff, probably like, damn, I can make something like this. So I think being around that and you're like, why be buying that shit like you said, and then try and make my own thing and be way better than that.
Yeah.
Like we look up to these brands and now we're trying to be better than these brands in a sense. We're trying to be that next staple for the next generation in a sense. Who posted it on Instagram was like, "Don't send me clothes, send my kids clothes." Like they're the
Oh
next
yeah, Joe
generation.
Freshgoods. Shout
Yeah.
out Joe Freshgoods.
What do you say?
He posted on. He's like, to all the brands, like I'm good. Don't send me
Don't
anything.
send-
You want to send me stuff? Send it to my kids. Like
Yeah.
they're the next generation. So that's a very good way of looking at it. Like
Yeah.
I mean, I have so much stuff. Like when we go to events and stuff, don't take this the wrong way, y'all. But like when people try to give me stuff, I'm like, realistically, bro, I'm not gonna wear it. I'm not gonna use it
Yeah.
unless it's something that like I'm never gonna ask, bro. Unless it's something I asked for, bro. Like like definitely don't give it to me because like I have so much shit. But like, bro, if I'm with the homies, I know they're gonna wear it. I know they're gonna use it. I know they're gonna tag you. So give it to the homies. Don't give it to me, bro. Give it to them. They're gonna put that shit on. Like I'm very particular with how I like shit to fit and feel and all that. But I know the homies will take anything, bro. So like, definitely, bro. If you see me and you want to give me some free shit, give it to the homies, bro. Like they will take it at all times.
No, for sure.
And they're gonna tag you, bro. They're gonna repost it and they're gonna love it, So
So both you guys ended up in St. George, and were you already reselling at that point?
Dude, I didn't start reselling to 2019. No, 2020 is when SHOPX03 was created.
Okay.
I was into Bape and stuff like that, and I was into the history, and I had all the knowledge. And then I was just like, might as well just be a reseller. Do you know what I mean? And just make your monetize off this.
Yeah.
you were reselling a little bit, no? Like just here and there?
I was like, I guess.
Because I know you had like the vintage like Bape, like even dude, he had like what they would use to make the hoodies, like the actual material.
Oh, the
wow.
fabrics,
Yeah.
He had the fabric like not even
I still
made into a
have that.
hoodie, just
Actually,
fabric, bro.
Damn.
Coming up in, what is it? What are we doing? The sneaker convention.
June 30th.
June 30th. I'll be selling items with the fabric on it, so maybe lighter cases, like Carhartt shirts.
Oh, nice.
Let me know on that lighter case, bro. I need one of
Yeah, I'll
those.
give you one.
I need one of those.
But yeah, I guess I started just putting. It's not because the whole OG Bape stuff is not just clothes. It's like culture as well. It goes with music,
Yeah.
like the whole subgenre. And there's just a whole subculture with it that there's so much content I can put out there. And I've had like Tony Hawk has liked my stuff. Tyler Creator reposted one of my reels. Like just people like family, just people in that community.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The Neptune, Star Trek, and like all that stuff. They see my stuff. they see it and things like that. It's cool. I like it.
It must feel good though, like to like
to be
you know push it out there that like you genuinely enjoy and like, and other people are actually liking it and sharing it too. That
And
are
not only
like
that,
you know
but like people that you might look up to. Or
that are big in the
you
space.
enjoy,
Yeah. It's cool. I think it's like the thing that people need to know about, like if you want to like be put on or do something nice, you have to find a niche, something that nobody else is doing.
Yeah.
There's like 3 million brands out here. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
And like 80% of them are just not
Trash.
because
Yeah.
it's trash. They're just waste.
To be honest,
Just
bro,
filler
just say
shit,
it.
yeah.
Just say it, bro.
They're just shit. And then, I mean, I could have been like any of the other resellers and just post my stuff, and that's it. But you got to look around. You got to be like, what else can it's called micro content. What else can I put out here that will attract other people? There's a culture to this. This video with Terry Kennedy of the Ice Cream Skate Team, and he was with Jackass and stuff like that, and they met up with NERD. That goes with the clothes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you bridge that together, and that's more storytelling. That's more content. They'll help push your items and stuff like that. You got to make like a type of community. You just gotta see the things, put them into the exclusives, and nobody else is doing it. Then you're good, because like if everybody else is doing it, then you're just another one of everybody else.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So I think
for
that's
sure.
that's how I feel like the content thing. I mean, and the fashion stuff and what we're doing kind of works. The thing is, in this space, is gatekeeper central.
okay.
So I mean, you might not. The game is to be sold, not sold, but.
Okay.
I don't gatekeep. I'm trying to say I won't gatekeep. I'll tell you what it is. Do you know what I mean?
No, for sure.
Because really, I don't think gatekeeping is gonna be like. I think everybody's gonna know soon about where to get this, how to get this, where's that proxy server. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you just move on to the next. You just adapt, and that's just how it goes. Hoodlum's been, like I said, Hoodlum's been here for 8 years. He's still going. He's doing better than ever. I remember there was a hiatus during the Hoodlum. I think it was like 2017, 18.
Bro knows my whole lore, bro. Holy shit, dude. That is what happened, yes.
During that time, Omar was not putting out Hoodlum stuff. But now look where he's at. And it can only go more. You just gotta stay positive, keep going, and think differently. And it's, like, as easy as I'm saying it, it's harder than it is to put into action.
Yeah.
You could say all this. You really just gotta put it into action and risk it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Risk it for the biscuit. We don't got kids, so imagine we had
That's
children.
the best part.
Imagine if we had kids and we were trying to do this.
Fuck no, bro. Motherfucker throws up on my plushies over there, I would cry.
Imagine if we-
Throws up on the FTP plushie, I'd be like, no.
I mean, you could possibly do it. It's just gonna be 100 times harder, and it already is.
Yeah.
Hard at it. Just this. So yeah.
Especially if you're doing it like full time, there's times where you're just scraping for pennies, or there's
Yeah.
times where you're doing really well. So it's like if you
You
got
can't
a
be
kid,
scraping for pennies with a kid,
Yeah.
bro. Fuck.
Then
Like,
you
sorry, little hoodlum, you can't eat because I need to make these hoodies.
Yeah.
Can't get you diapers this year. You're gonna wear this hoodie. Here you go. Put this on.
But JC Spartan SHOPX03, he does a YouTube. We do YouTube stuff together, like
Okay.
like this, like
Yeah.
basically.
They have a
what we're doing right
podcast,
now.
guys.
Yeah. Kind of a podcast. We do like news stuff.
What's
Okay.
up with it? So you guys do it sometimes?
It's like
What's going on?
YouTube is hard. Okay, my main like place in SHOPX03 is Instagram. We do YouTube. We have like 200 subscribers. It's like not
Damn, they
crazy.
flexed up on
We're at 200. We're here at measly 60.
We're at 70 right now.
No, but the thing about YouTube is like 70 subscribers is great. 70
Yeah.
subscribers is like
Yeah.
500 on Instagram.
It is,
Yeah,
bro.
If somebody subscribes to you on YouTube, they really fuck with you.
Yeah,
It's
that's
not
true.
like Instagram, I'll give you a follow.
Uh-huh.
Maybe I'll see you sometime. I'll tap on the story occasionally. YouTube is like,
I really gotta
we'll
watch
watch this 1 hour thing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
We'll actually be tuned into this, which is so like 70 is still excellent, and 200 is like cool. But it's like to the 200. The reason why I'm not saying the 200 is not that great is because you guys do long format content.
Yeah, it's
I gained my
different.
200 from short 30-second things on YouTube. So
There's
it's
a
like,
lot of stuff that doesn't make it into the videos.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is like your guys' like whole format on YouTube then? What do you guys like?
I do
post on
like my
YouTube?
pickup hauls. We do like we go and stay grounded and just look at like.
It's kind of like a news show, I guess. We just talk about like the hot topics of that week or month, or just kind of things that are going on within the fashion community. We've tried adding like other stuff, you know, just to like keep it a little bit different. Like one time we talked about like our favorite Jordans, stuff like that.
He did
Just so
it.
that it's not always like, oh, this is what's happening. Because obviously, like people can see, you know, what's happening. They have Instagram and stuff.
Yeah.
So we try to switch it up from time to time, but I would say probably the main thing we do is just kind of that.
That's
like
dope. I think
like a new show type of thing.
it is hard for like if you're not really tapped in like that though. I don't think people know like who State Grounded is or like those type of pages. So I think it is definitely like
It's
people
underground.
trying to get into it. If there's like these type of fucking platforms like us and you guys, like there's definitely a way to just be like, oh, there is more, you know? Because
Yeah.
I think a lot of thing that turns people away is like they see all these brands. But they don't realize, like you said, soon people will find out how to make everything, how to find the product, service, this and that. But like now, I think people are still like turned away because it's like it seems so hard, especially when you have thousands of people every day fucking popping up with new brands. You're like, where the hell did you come from? Like,
And the one thing about people popping up with new brands every day, not everybody's going to go through it with the 8 years like Hoodlum.
No,
No
yeah.
one's going to keep it. Like it's going to go maybe 6 months at the most.
that's what people won't realize. Like, you'll get weeded out quick.
Yeah.
Like, that's what when I first met Omar, my biggest like example like to compare him to was like because the scales are a little different, but the scales to Utah to like the brand, I would be like he's like the supreme of Utah in a sense.
No.
Where he's consistent on drops, you know, he does sell out most drops, like he's like, and he's constantly posting content. He's got an active community. He can post polls and his community will like react to it and shit. Like, that's what it's all about, and he's definitely established himself. Like to me too, cause I'm from Salt Lake, so to see like from him being from like Orem and Provo area, like it's crazy. Cause I wouldn't be like their scale is much smaller here than in Salt Lake, and he's doing much bigger than like myself personally or other brands in Salt Lake. You know, where it's like. He's taking fucking Salt Lake by storm. People will see his face. Yesterday, so many people saw his face and were like, "Oh my God, Omar or Hoodlum!" Like,
I was tripping out on like an 8-year-old kid with a Hoodlum deck, dude. Skating the other day. I was like, "Yo!" I mean, if you see that, like, I don't even own Hoodlum, but I was just like psyched. I was like,
yeah,
"That's crazy." Do you
you
know what I
that
mean?
guy. Like,
Yeah, I know the owner of that brand. That's, do you know?
Yo, for real though.
But what was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought. But
One thing I wanted to point out though is that like bro on your Instagram was so cool. Like when it makes me want to buy shit is like I'll go look and it's like a hoodie, right? Whatever. Then the last photo or something will be like someone wearing that hoodie, like Kanye or like Nigo or like
that's how
you know.
Like I said,
and then you're like, oh my god, bro!
That's a
Like
good sales
you know,
point, yeah.
I really want to buy it now because like shit, if Kanye put that shit on back in the day, I want to put that shit on, you know, and
No,
you
for
kind of
sure.
want to match the same fit. So
What
That's
is
it.
the aesthetic to your like Instagram page?
it's just the babe fabric, and then it's like there's a real section, and then there's the place I post all the like this stuff,
Okay.
and I will just lay it out. I'll show that it's real. Put the tags and made in Japan and stuff like that.
can you break down how you can tell if a piece is real?
Yeah, like the
It's just
legitimacy.
okay. So this one,
Like for the Supreme thing, like you flip the tag and it has
Yeah.
like a little holographic.
it depends.
Is there anything?
So this is 2005.
Okay.
So it has a babe tag in the back, and on the babe tag there's a little dot between the B and the A, where it says babe. Like there's just little things.
Okay,
Little
yeah.
details.
I have the whole like I know which one is which.
Just
and stuff
notebooks
like
full of
So you can see it.
information.
You can see it in like the thrift store and understand. Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
real.
I-
All photos too, or does it have to be like? No, because for a long time he was doing that, just legit checks.
Yeah,
Like people, they would send him his stuff and he charged them to legit check shit.
That's
Yeah,
fire,
which
though.
is crazy. Like he would literally like,
I do legit
and I hated doing that for Supreme, bro. I'm like, I don't know, I gotta feel it, bro. I can't go based off photos, you know. Like I gotta
Babe, you
feel
can
it.
kind of go based off photos because back in the day there was so many fakes. So
Yeah.
it's like you know which one's real and stuff. But
Yeah,
yeah,
Nigo made everything, so it's
Yeah,
real, right?
yeah.
Everything's real. Nigo made it.
What I was gonna say though is not only do I do on our YouTube channel, yeah, we focus a little out of Bape as well. Like I'm really into Japanese streetwear and stuff, like just stuff like that. And what I was gonna say is we do talk about other fashion stuff on some of our videos. For example, I have one talking about Tisa by Taz Arnold. Tisa was a brand back in the day. Like on snapbacks, you would see like TISA.
T-O. Yeah, isn't
And it'd
it?
be, like,
Doesn't it
different
look like an O almost?
It was like you can just search it up. It's like
Yeah.
T. It just says Tisa. It means Taz is so Arnold. Taz Arnold was like he's from the West Coast. He was he's part of a group called Cyril. He was. Do you remember that South Park episode with Kanye West?
I'm not. I don't
Fish-
eat the fish stick or whatever.
Yeah. And they're in Paris and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like he's in that episode. He's
It
just a
kind of
fashion
almost
guy.
does look like an O. Am I tripping? I always thought it was an O.
The
The eye.
Oh, the eye.
actual
Yeah,
eye
yeah,
kind of looks
yeah.
like an O.
Yeah,
But now that I'm looking at it now, it's an eyeball.
It's an eyeball.
So it makes
That makes
sense.
sense,
So
yeah,
it's an
T-ball.
eye. You know.
dude, he used to make those snapbacks back in the day. He used to just put that on it and boom,
Dude,
$200.
you weren't a cool kid if you didn't have the snapback back in the day, bro.
But basically,
These
what I'm
ones.
trying to say is like our YouTube channel focuses more on other types of fashion stuff besides just OG Nigo era Bape.
Mhm.
And what is the name of your guys' YouTube channel?
Everything. SHOPX03.
Okay, fire. So you guys
Grail, any platform.
Nice,
Oh yeah,
nice.
well that's cool. That's good to like, cause sometimes you'll talk to a reseller and you're like, "What's your name on Instagram?" And it's like, Billy Bob Joe, and over here it's like, "What's your name on Grill?" And it's like, "Fucking, I like to suck toast," 34. So it's like you got like way different names over
That
here.
is
So.
true, yeah. That's
And you've sold to a lot of people. Like, who are like the most like I guess prominent people you've sold to? Like, Little House Phone is one of them.
I actually never sold anything to Little House
But
Phone.
you've been promoted by Little House
I've
Phone.
been promoted by Little House Phone because he needs money.
Shout out Little House Phone.
Little House Phone, but he almost did. Little House Phone. I mean, he delayed me 6 months once for promo, which is crazy. But I understand because I was watching his life journey on No Jump Rate. It was during a time where I feel like. But anyway, Little House Phone's dope. I like Little House Phone. He likes Evie Soon Babe and stuff like that. But people that I've never sold to a celebrity, they have DM'd me. What's that dude? His name's Reese LaFleur. He asked for a hat, but it was too small. Then Ronnie J on the beat. It's just a bunch of like SoundCloud rappers and stuff like that. They always ask and then they never buy.
They don't follow through.
Like they pull through into the DMs, but they never buy anything.
Come on,
SoundCloud rappers, get your bread up, bro. What's going on? That's crazy. Never one time I ever asked how much something is and not paid for it. Like
yeah. So
Yeah,
you're saying you want to branch off into like making your own clothing and stuff also? Like what kind of clothing would you like? What do you think you're going to be your style or in a sense?
My style of clothing will be. I have many ideas. I think right now I'm looking more. If I were to create a brand right now, it would go. I don't know if you guys know the brand Swagger or Phenomenon.
No.
These are Japanese brands made by the Ignition Man, and this another dude, Japanese. Rest in peace. I forgot his name, but he made Swagger. They're friends with Lupe Fiasco and Pharrell. And just they're like a sub people over there.
Okay, more so.
It's gonna kind of look like that with a mix of Kanye West's old brand Pastel.
Okay.
From 808 to Heartbreaks era, I guess. And then, if you guys know the brand by Cause, you guys know Cause, right?
Yeah.
He had a brand that ended in 2013. From 2006
Original
to
Fake?
Original Fake. I really love some pieces by Original Fake. It would just be a mixture of those things. Maybe with a little Tibetan influence.
So we were talking about that a little before the pod. When we went to the Fugazi store, like back when they opened their LA store, I posted a thing. And he's like, "Oh, they have the Tibet thing on the wall. That's where I'm from." So I asked him if he's from Tibet, and he's like, "I honestly don't know."
Well, I don't. The reason I'm weird like that, I don't know where I'm from because I wasn't born with documents. So my name is Tibetan, but I don't know. I was found in Nepal, so it doesn't.
Okay.
I'm white.
Well, I mean, like, yeah.
I like the way you say it.
Racially ambiguous.
Huh?
Yeah.
That's where they found me.
So, like, you don't know your real parents or anything like that?
Unfortunately, I do not. But
what do you remember as a child then?
Well, I was to be honest.
Like, were you like
my parents
raised by your grandparents?
No. So I was.
You were just on the streets.
In
No,
the
I was.
apology.
I was. My uncle took me because my parents. I know how they died. They died in a car crash.
Okay.
Unfortunately, but
Oh,
I've never met them. But my uncle took me to an orphanage. This orphanage was run by 2 Japanese Americans.
And that's why you're
sisters.
into bait, bro. They had bait back then.
No, Babe was made in '93. So yeah, Babe was like as old as
See, bro?
when I was born.
Okay.
So
Dude, they were rocking babe, and he's like the little monkey brand. I remember seeing it.
I was the baby Milo, bro.
Yeah, he
was
was.
Baby
He
Milo?
really is. He's baby Milo in the flesh, bro.
Yeah, I'm baby Milo in the flesh. But no, they're actually from Idaho.
Oh, okay.
There are 2 Japanese Americans in Nepal.
From Idaho?
Yeah, from Pocatello, Idaho. Originally from California, but they were old. In World War II, all the Japanese Americans were put in internment camps just in Idaho.
Oh, okay.
So that's why they were moved into Idaho. I don't know what they were doing in Nepal, but they owned an orphanage there. They thought I was the Buddha, picked me up, and took me.
They thought you were the
Yeah,
Buddha?
yeah. They literally thought I was a Buddha, and they were like, they took
The
picture.
bait
I was-
Buddha.
The bait Buddha, the
Damn,
bait Buddha,
bro.
baby Milo.
Baby
The
Milo
bait
Buddha.
Buddha. The baby Milo Buddha, bro. That's
And
crazy.
now I just gotta do my
They were
fashion
right.
shit.
Look at you.
Yeah, I mean,
Look at
you
you now,
definitely
bro.
are a man that knows
Yeah.
stuff, so you look very knowledgeable. So they were right for sure.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
that's my.
They were probably
why.
reading one of their like Japanese American books, and they're like, "You will find Baby Milo here." They went there, and then they're like, "It's Baby Milo."
Yeah, no, but that is crazy though because I've had a long history with like Japanese culture from
Okay.
when I was a child, but I'm not Japanese at all.
Huh.
I was gonna say, so you're very tapped in with like the Japanese fashion scene because you like gave him a magazine.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
I have the
Fruits
magazine.
magazine,
Yeah,
yeah.
yep, I still have it.
There's a bunch of books like that if you go.
And then he also gave me this Rob Dyrdek fantasy pack. This is super cool.
I did give him a
That's
Rob
super
Dyrdek.
sick. It has 2 discs in there.
Yeah, it's got 2 discs. The
That's
discs
sick.
are-
Yeah, bro.
Nice.
Super sick. Thank you. Yeah, dude, you have a lot of cool shit. I remember going to your room one time and you had like a bunch of old like CDs and like you sold me an old Nego
Oh,
CD
no,
or
I gave you
Pharrell
the In
CD or
My
gave it to
Mind,
me.
In
Yeah,
My
one of
Mind
those. Yeah,
CDs,
yep.
yeah.
And it's like actually in Japanese and everything.
Oh, nice.
So yeah,
Japanese.
that's cool. Yeah, you have a lot of cool stuff, bro. And then like also like the way he finds stuff is crazy. All the stuff that he gets is like insane when you look at it, you know, and like in person, it really like he says, it gives you an idea of like what you want to do and like what's really possible. Because like nowadays everybody just thinks screen print, a little logo on the front, screen print, a little logo on the back, and call it a day, you know. But like when you look at all this old shit, you're like, damn, do they really were thinking about the most, bro? Like what, how
Yeah.
can we maximize these pieces?
For example, from what you're talking about, when I was saying that I wanted my brand, that I would make something like Swagger. Something cool about Swagger that I've seen you kind of do is the tags on the shirts. Swagger has an AK-47 tag.
Oh shit.
That's hard.
Swagger has a Biggie tag with the Coogee sweater on. Do you know what I'm
Oh,
talking about?
damn,
That
yeah.
and it's just on there. They're just these little nuances and little details that you can put on a plain shirt, like just a tag or like anything
that's
like
fire.
that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It will change.
Yeah, it does everything for the shirt.
Yeah, it'll
Like
change
elevates
the-
it.
Yeah,
That's what we talk about that all the time too. Like a lot of times people will pick up the shirt and first thing they'll look and then if they have to look at the size too, first thing you see is the tag. So it's like it's either yours or it's a fucking LA apparel shirt. And so it's like I'd rather it be mine or Hoodlum. Like it'd rather be your own tag than somebody else because then they're not gonna remember it as your shirt. They're gonna be like, oh, it's just on the LA apparel.
Yeah.
And a lot of people already think. Like people are just printing on just random bullshit, and then I think that's where it also is like, oh, it's merch or it's a brand. Like people don't see like a tag, like fully kind of custom item. They're like, oh, it's just merch or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
So
It's like, think about it like this, bro. If I were to make those mops, but the label was just like fucking, great value label on them or whatever, like is that a hoodlum mop at the end of the day? Like that's the way I look at it with the t-shirt. If you were to just put a screen print on a t-shirt, but you don't got a tag on there, is it a hoodlum t-shirt at the end of the day, or is it just a fucking great value t-shirt? You know, like it's like you really got to go the extra mile, bro. If not, then it just like, okay, he did half the work. You know, like you kind of tried. You know, like you kind of did it.
There's a great like merch brand.
yeah,
There's
the fine
distinction.
line.
Yeah.
There's a fine line. There's a distinction.
And bro, I be stressing out about tags and shit. You know what I mean? Like, as Goober, bro, I be stressing out about like, bro, I'm not dropping this shit that doesn't have tags on it. You
No,
know?
for real. Yeah, the
Yeah.
last event at the block party, I did the AAA shirts for him, and he was like, "Yeah, you don't gotta worry." He's like, "If they're not done, we're not gonna drop them." I was like, "Oh, we're gonna get it done. Like it's gonna happen."
That's how I am, bro. If it does not have a tag, I don't give a fuck, bro. I'm not dropping it. I don't care. Like the money to me is not worth, dropping something without a tag. At the end of the day, it's like. You're lazy, bro. Like, I'm sorry to say it, but if you're dropping something without a tag, that's some lazy ass shit right there, bro.
Yeah.
At least go vinyl press that bitch, bro. Like, something. Try, bro. Go do something, Like, if you're just dropping some shit without a tag, bro, that's some lazy shit.
It's just all like it's representation. So like you definitely have to rep your brand to the max because why would someone else rep your brand to the max?
Bro, I wish I was doing tags from the beginning, Like, I wish since day one I had tags. And, like, that's just something that, like, we always say, and it really comes back to you got to do it, bro. Like he said, it distinguishes, like, two different things. And, like, it just, like you said, it just makes it look way better. First thing you're going to look at is that size tag. And if it's your size tag, then that garment just went from I always say a $10 piece to a $30 piece.
No, yeah.
With that one little $2 size tag, that $2 size tag just made your piece $20 more, which is crazy to think, bro. That $2 little investment is a times 10 later, bro.
And I don't think people realize like I think people always look at like the bigger thing where it's like, oh, we got to fully manufacture, but then it's always like come down to the smaller details. Like, bro, you can just order 1,000 fucking size tags and get them put in on your shirts, and you don't gotta go the extra mile, wait 6 months for something that you could have done, in a month or two.
And if you think about it like this too, if you're going through a manufacturer right now, because I've been talking to them, most manufacturers aren't going to let you do a small, medium, large size tag. They're going to let you do a little size tag that's just your brand on it. And then they're going to provide the small, medium, large. So then, you know what I mean? Like on my personal size tags, all of them look exactly the same. The only thing that changes is the size.
Yeah.
But on the other ones, like when you're getting them, all you're getting is probably like just a plain little square, and then they're gonna sew a little small tag underneath.
Yeah.
You know, like you're not getting the actual like.
It's not the size on
It doesn't look like a made size tag with these manufacturers unless you want to pay for that. But then that's the option. Might as well just buy 3,000 of them.
Have you ever Have you ever thought of in-house for Hoodlum? In-house like you do your shit here, labor.
So like
some stuff. I mean,
most of the stuff is like already. The only thing is just like, I mean, fuck, people already know this, bro. Every brand does this. When you're making T-shirts, you buy the blank T-shirts and then you screen print your logo on them. But everything is made, screen printed in the U.S. I don't know where the T-shirt's probably made in China or something.
That's cool. I see, like with the little details and stuff. I haven't started my brand yet, so I'm totally clueless. Little detail stuff. Do you usually do that in-house or?
I mean, it all depends. Like, I think it's trying to find in-house is harder and expensive because the scale of it, like here, it's like most people that are doing the stuff in-house are like the police officers, like people with uniforms, companies with uniforms. So when you come with like your items, it's a little harder for them. And that's what we've realized even with screen printing. Like a lot of the old heads don't want to do like oversized prints or over pockets or anything. They're just like, no, we're not going to try that shit. Like, fuck that. Anything bigger than 12 inches, and they're like, nah. Like, because they're just so used to doing the smaller things, it's easier for them. So sometimes you have like the limitations. And so finding it is hard because, like I said, we're the next generation. So we're the ones really putting it on. Where this old generation doesn't understand what's coming, And so they could definitely market off of it. Where it's like, whoever's gonna do that in-house stuff here is gonna be very profitable, for the fashion community here because they'll be able to plug everybody up with whatever they need. Because I think like
that's a missing key.
Someone I know is doing it is Gabby from Makomi. Shout out.
Oh yeah.
If you guys ever need stuff made, they will make anything, bro. They have stuff that's already ready to print, and then they have stuff that they can make like from like a Bape hoodie. You can just give it to them and be like, see how they have this, and that. I want that, but with my logos and stuff, and they can do that for you. So shout out Gabby. He was telling us yesterday that he sources his stuff from all over the world. He sources fabrics from all over the world, and like all these manufacturers. He's like, instead of you emailing 500 different manufacturers yourself, email me and I'll do the work for you. So shout out Gabby from Makomi. It's just on their website. I think it was makomi.us. He was telling us that's their website. There's like a shop section where you can buy his clothes, and there's a section where he can help you make your own clothes. So I mean, but then again, like we told you, he's sourcing stuff through all over the world. Like to make stuff in just the U.S. is damn near impossible, bro. And it's really hard, Like there's no way I can hit up a U.S. manufacturer and be like, I need 50 plushies. They're gonna be like, nah, go fuck yourself.
Dude, that's why whenever it's like made in USA, it's the quality is much better. Do you know what I mean? Stuff like that. That's what you could probably up price your items if it's made here as well.
Yeah.
But
yeah, we like it definitely we had the fall of like our industrial area because like when Detroit was popping with like they were making everything like jeans, they had Levi's over there, and they were making the car industry. Like we had a lot of things popping, and it also made our what is the word? Fuck, like the market strive, And so it was better quality because it's all here. Like compared to when you're just talking to someone over there, you're not physically feeling there. Like one thing we talk about is like being able to one day maybe go to like an actual manufacturing warehouse or whatever in China or whatever, and actually being there to be like, oh, okay, this is not the fabric that we want. This is what we want,
actually, that's one thing about fashion. You have to go, if you're gonna you have to go feel it in real life. You can't just go on and look. You gotta feel that stuff. You gotta look at it in real IRL.
You gotta wear it. You gotta wash it one time. Be like, oh shit, that didn't wash right. I don't want that. Like it is a whole process. I mean, with samples, what I've learned from him is like a lot of times we go ordering one piece first. We're paying a lot on shipping, but it's like you gotta order the one shirt first to even see if that shirt's worth it because you order 20 shirts. You don't like the shirt, and then you're just like, fuck. Like, now I got to print on these. Now I got to print on these regardless. Like, and so it's definitely like, you want to make sure what you're getting is, it's also, you set your own standard, because it's like some person might not care for quality as much as we do. Like there is the, copy and paste brands that are just like trying to make the quick buck, but then there's also like the hoodlums who are like, all right, they gotta make sure the shirt is thick enough, they gotta make sure the tag is nice, they gotta make sure the sweats, it's a specific color, it's a specific feel, like it's not just not no bullshit, it's not no Gildan. Like I think that's what sets it off, like a Gildan brand to a real brand in a sense. Because even with like the Travis Scott merch, we talk about it all the time. Like he was saying, like at first it was pretty cool, they were doing some dope shit, and then after a while it just became like a bunch of bullshit.
Watered down, yeah.
The cool thing about us, because people in Utah, usually they were like, oh, we, like maybe like 6 years ago, we would, I want to do something in this space. I got to move to New York. I got to move to LA. Bro, just stay here, the fashion shit, and we got it all. We got you, because you're the only ones doing it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we have a good advantage just being
That's the thing.
And that is factual. And that it's true, because people have always looked at those places like as the capital staple, Mecca eras or whatever. Like, but why do you want to go like drown yourself in the already full ocean, when you can,
with 3 million other brands just in the vicinity.
Yeah, and when you can
Everybody
come here
and their
when
mom
there's
has
nothing.
a brand in New York,
Yeah.
Bro, the fucking streets in New York's a fucking fashion walk. Like there's no way out there to even stand out if you have a cool ass brand, Like people are already wearing outrageous shit, like, which is good. It's dope to have that shit striving like that, but bring it somewhere else and make it strive, and you might be able to, be that staple, that foundation to that era of what's gonna start,
And New York, LA, Paris, places like that, they've been the fashion capitals for a time now. Sometimes things change. Do you know what I mean? Things change. And you could put on, like Salt Lake, you could put on, do you know what I mean? There are places, it can happen. It can happen, especially if those places have been, like Drake has been freaking for 15 years on the top of the charts. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People get tired.
It'll happen. The fall off will
the
come.
The era will move.
Yeah.
And it'll be a time for a new era.
And that's how it happens.
Fitted.
And I feel like Utah right now, bro, is like, it's like I look at it as like I don't know, you can look at it as a pot that's boiling, or you can look at it as like a fucking soda that you're shaking up, bro.
Yeah.
It's like a fucking, someone got their like thumb over the bottle, bro, and they're shaking it.
Yeah.
And like, bro, you just gotta keep shaking that fucking bottle, because eventually that shit's gonna blow. And like, luckily there's enough people here that are shaking the fucking bottle, bro, and like, you gotta keep doing it, bro, because like you said, like, New York and all that, those people are on the map, but like there's a reason all of these people are coming to Utah now. There's a reason Tyler the Creator says I might ski in Utah because LA is too warm, like it's like there's a reason anytime there's a concert here, motherfuckers are like, damn, Utah, you're going crazy, because like they don't realize that we're it, like we're
like, especially now, because like if I had to think back to like when we were younger, dude, there was nothing here. We didn't have like anything here. Like
there was no resale stores.
There was no resale stores. The only thing we had was like Vice for like releases
and Doused, because that's like
Doused
the old ass
like,
store.
Resale shit. We didn't have no pop-ups. There was no sneaker conventions. There was like none of that. So to see how much it's grown in like the last maybe like 10, 15 years, it's fucking crazy for sure. Like the amount of pop-ups there is now, the amount of conventions that there is, all the stores that are opening up, like shout out to Two Tone, Street and Kicks. Like it's fucking wild. Like just to kind of see how much it's grown and like where it's heading, like it's dope. And then like to think that like, like you're one of the people that like first started it back when there was nothing. You know what I'm saying? You'd be excited to go out of state, man, just to go like see a fucking resale store. Like I remember the first time like I went to a resale store was in Vegas, and I was just like, oh, like this is fucking sick, right? Like damn, we don't have this over here. And now I think there's one in like every single mall, like here in Utah. Like, there's not a single mall now that doesn't have a store like that.
Doesn't got some dunks for 400.
They're Panda Dunks for 1,000 at every single mall right now.
No, but that's good. That's good because people found like that's something where something was missing, and somebody took that opportunity to do something with it. And there's still so much opportunity in the land where there's not that much.
I mean, John Stan's pretty big out here. I mean, he's a big designer, and like he picked this place out of all of them.
He went from New York, where you would probably want to start your brand, came to Utah. And he's putting Utah on to the point where Nelly was here yesterday. Bro, he's bringing all these people to Utah. Like,
I think he had a lot to do with the Utah Hockey Club coming here too.
Bro, everything. John Stan got a big pull in this whole Utah universe, I guess. Like,
Yeah.
and like even just being behind the scenes and not hearing from John Stan himself, but just the people around him, the shit that they have going on, and it's like, dude, not only is he bringing himself up, but everyone around him is doing just as crazy shit as him. So it's like shout out Jay Cuts, like we always talk about him, but he be killing it. Like
Yeah.
he'll be on the episode next week, hopefully.
And
But
not only that, but I think what John Sand did was like him coming to do that first collaboration with the Jazz is kind of like what we went to do yesterday.
Yes, I remember that.
Was like him doing that was so staple where it was like, oh, the Jazz is going left, they're doing this fashion thing now, which was cool because all these other basketball teams are doing the fashion walks when they walk through or whatever,
Yeah.
everyone's stunting their fits. And so it was like he came here and he kind of put it on and was like, look, we can kind of do this here too. And I think obviously he got the ball rolling for sure, and I think everyone else wanted to turn up with him in a sense. Like the club scene here is popping now. I remember people always being like, "There's no club scene, there's no bar scene here," and now we're getting musicians like every weekend at least. Rappers are pulling up, like people you wouldn't expect. There's so many people. We had a conversation yesterday, and it was like, "Yeah, people usually hate Utah, this and that, blah blah blah." And I was like, "Well, bro, we're the ones doing this stuff. We gotta turn that vision and change their minds."
And the thing is, I feel like people in LA, New York, they've become so spoiled to seeing celebrities or things
Yeah.
happen. They're so used to it. It's like not like a thing that they see it every day.
Yeah.
They come here. We're so hyped because we give them more love because it's not an everyday thing.
No, yeah, we
We're
don't
not
get that
spoiled
light.
by seeing you guys all the time. So there's more love, and with that comes more opportunities, more creation, more. Do you know what I mean? Positive
Yeah.
things just stuff like that. Do you know what I mean?
No,
and
yeah,
at
we
the
don't
end
get
of the
rolling
day, I
loud
feel
and
like
shit
people
that.
look at celebrities like they're fucking Jesus, but they're just people at the end of the
Yeah,
day,
no, for
Like
sure.
I think I heard my G say yesterday, like I'm just a person, just like you are, And it's
Yeah.
like, bro, like at the end of the day, like you just gotta treat these people with respect and like be cool to them, and like all of this other shit comes with it, Like you don't have to be fanboying or none of that, bro. And it's like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people just look at celebrities like they're like some next level thing where it's like, bro, like they're just as cool as you, bro. You pull up with a cool babe shirt, they're gonna compliment
Yeah.
it, Like
Yeah.
so.
And some celebrities, like if you really look at it, aren't really doing that much. Like they're famous off of one thing, and that's their thing. And it's like if you look up to that person, it's cool. But for you to reach what they're kind of doing, like they got the roll of the dice that was like crazy for
Yeah.
them to do that.
And I think the
You
word
got the right hand in the fucking poker
Yeah,
game that
yeah.
day. Like,
I think the word celebrity is like used to we call everybody celebrities. I think there needs to be like what is the definition? A true celebrity. I would say Pharrell.
Yeah.
True celebrity. Do you know what I mean? But like
Like staple people that have
just
done
stay,
stuff
yeah,
for the
it
culture.
actually influenced for
Yeah.
20 plus years. I would say that's somebody to be celebrated about. It's a celebrity. Do you know what I mean? We call celebrities that maybe like we call like somebody that
Ice
gained traction
Spice.
a year. Yeah, exactly. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
Even like
I
the
wouldn't say
Kardashians or something like that.
she's famous. I would say she needs to be celebrated.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
damn,
Definitely like even
my boy
Kanye,
breaking it
bro.
down out here. He said, "Let's
Yeah.
break this down real quick."
No, yeah, because it's true though. Like people like Kanye, because even now, like we were talking about it, he wrote the fuck Adidas on that vinyl.
Mhm.
Like people can try to cancel him as much as they
Yeah,
want,
but
but it's not gonna happen because he influenced
Yeah.
about just about everything almost. Music, fashion. Like he was in it and he fucking did.
He
it.
is fashion.
Yeah,
Like
Kanye did
Kanye
too
is
much.
fashion.
Yeah.
Kanye's insane, dude. He did so much for fashion, dude.
yeah.
2016 Kanye, dude. That shows.
Bro, people were
Fucking
spending like
insane,
$1,200 on Yeezy Boost 350s.
Dude, I still remember the day when the fucking 350s dropped, dude.
The turtle doves, I couldn't not
Turtle
get
Doves,
them.
dude. Pirate Blacks, Moon Rocks, dude. The
Dude, back-
zippered fucking tight jeans, dude. You just be able to get them H&M.
Just to think back in the day, like the amount of like stuff that we were wearing compared to now, like the biker denim jeans,
Oh my gosh.
With, like,
the long
the
tee,
ridges
like
and
those
shit.
t-shirts that would
Those
go
like
to your
scallop
and
tees, the
slid it at the
swags and
end.
shit like that.
The EPTM ones.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's crazy, bro. It's crazy.
The
to see.
flannel they would tie.
And then back then it was like a lot of like what ASAP Rocky and stuff.
That was
Sprite
like
was
the,
a big influence.
That was
Yeah,
a big
the
influence
pirate
back in the
stuff.
day, yeah.
Yeah.
And Virgil, I don't think Virgil was really that much of like not a lot of people knew about Virgil like that back
nobody
in the
really
day.
knew about Virgil till he dropped that collection of like
The
Aqua.
10.
The 10 from,
Yeah,
because
that was
before
when
that it
it
was like his
boomed,
Pyrex
really.
stuff.
Mhm.
And that was like only like, I guess if you're really into it, you cared enough. But then like, it blew up with Nike.
But that was like high. You would call Pyrex high end fashion. But Ben Trill was also Virgil known. That was
Yeah,
in
that trail
PacSun.
was also.
People were in Ben Trill, I remember. And didn't they have that collab, like a Ben Trill
Ben Trill
collab or
Power. Yeah,
something?
they had a Ben Trill Power. Even
I think they had one with
Jay-Z
Diamond, dude.
said in Magna Carta Holy Grail, like circa 2013, he's like, I got a snapback, a Ben Trill, because they used to have a Ben
Oh,
Trill
nice.
snapback. It was those were the days where like font heavy.
Yeah.
Do you remember
giant font.
Do you remember the Travis Scott Diamond collab? That was at PacSun.
I don't.
It was like around the rodeo days, I believe.
I
Yeah,
I
those
don't
are-
remember
I
that
didn't
song.
Much.
Yeah, that was like, bro. Imagine Travis Scott at PacSun. Like,
That is crazy.
imagine
Yeah.
that now, bro.
To think of that, yeah, that's
Like,
wild.
imagine that was like that's like Rakim, bro.
That's what I was
You
gonna
know
say.
what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
the
that's
homie,
like
your homie's
yeah,
doing that
that's
now.
like
He's
so-
at PacSun type shit right now.
to think that. And like Zoomies now, I feel like Zoomies is really like, if you go look at their catalog, they're really pushing into these newer brands, and like they don't really have that old shit like that.
It's so crazy, man, to see what Zoomies is right now. To
They're
what
selling
it
Danny
was.
Duncan merch at Zoomies, and it's
Exactly.
like,
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
They've
it's
been
like,
doing
what
that
the
for a
fuck?
minute now.
Yeah.
I think before COVID, they had like the Virginia Rock shit in there.
Yeah,
for
it's
sure.
like, what the, you know?
Yeah.
it's not the same, bro. Bring back Zoomies, dude. When they were selling Mitchell and S snapbacks, walk in there, get yourself a hundreds t-shirt.
Yeah.
Back when shit was cheap.
That was when, but that was when like skate stuff was so like popular, like the Etnies, the Lakais, the
Yeah.
Diamond, the
Crew, bro. I
Obeys.
What was the first
Crew
thing
was
that you
fucking
remember
huge.
got you into like fashion, where you were like, you didn't just look at it just, this is just a t-shirt, this is like the
Well, I
t-shirt,
could-
you know?
Dude, I've been entranced with fashion since like '04, watching freaking like music videos on MTV. But
Okay.
I'm too young to afford that stuff, dude.
So what was the first piece that you
The
got?
first piece that really, I was living in Alice Springs, Australia, circa 2007. My friend Lockie got me a fake Rockaware green, ugly fitted, green and gold. It was disgusting. It was just like it had the R, the Jay-Z's Rockaware R, just labeled everywhere
Oh,
on this
shit.
green gold fitted, dude. And I thought, and I was like, when to step up too, dude. And I thought I could like crump, dude. It was, but that fitted.
Yeah,
was,
he's
like,
good at
super
dancing.
cool.
Yeah.
For people that don't know, he's a b-boy like that.
Oh,
I do
okay,
He
feel
does
okay.
breakdance,
yeah.
yeah, bro.
Yeah, he's
Alright.
really good, yeah.
Damn, you should pull up when
He
like
can
at
spin on his head and
Uprock.
shit.
At Uprock, they be having like
Oh, they
be
have
having
ciphers and
dance
shit,
battles
yeah.
and ciphers and everything.
I need to
Yeah.
go.
Yeah, I need to pull up.
Dude, actually, maybe I'll babe shop. SHOPX03 represent up in that bitch. It's been a while though. Uprock, do they actually b-boy? They get on the ground.
Yeah, they have
They have
like
a hardwood
certain
in the
events.
back,
Yeah,
yeah.
they have like full hardwood in the back.
We're
There's
gonna do
people.
this, dude. I'm messaging you.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
You guys
when they
go.
post the next flyer, we'll tap in because they'll have people like literally pull up, and then some like Cam, the owner of Uprock, shout out Uprock. He has homies that will go literally practice in the back sometimes, and they just like literally be practicing because there's like a fat ass mirror there, and like literally they'll just be practicing all that shit.
I'll
I'm
go.
like,
I
damn.
know a few b-boys, but I'm not on good terms with. So
He would go to like, he would always post like, he'd go to like the rec center and like b-boy and
Oh,
stuff. So
shit.
that,
I used to
that's
be
cool.
b-boying, yeah. But back to the fashion stuff. Yeah, the Rockaware fitted was my first like. I was like, yo, I like this stuff. And then I would wear like I just using the old fit photos. I post them sometimes. Like I was just into fashion.
Can you send some so we can post them?
I'll definitely send some.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
send
Send
some.
your
Hauls?
hauls also.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
The
What
high school
about
ones
what
are
about
ones
you?
that
What was like the
deleted.
first piece that you remember was like?
That I remember?
Yeah.
Man, that's hard because like the first time I remember I ever bought clothes or like I picked out what I wanted was I was in Vegas. We were at Ross by the Strip, and this was like early 2000s still. I was in elementary school, but that was like the first time I ever picked clothing that I wanted to wear. I didn't really know much about brands or stuff like that, but I guess the first thing that like made me want to like care more into it was back to school 7th grade, because I went to Zoomies, and that's when like I had more skate knowledge. I knew more about brands, and I remember like I got this DGK t-shirt and it had like a shit ton of like logos here, kind of like graffiti and stuff.
Okay.
And I just remember I was like, dude, like this is fucking dope. And I bought that, some Empire waxed like skinny jeans,
Okay.
a pair of red Vans Eras, and they were the black and red ones that everyone had back in the day. And I remember like when I put that shit on with my Element backpack, the iPod Shuffle,
The hype.
I was walking on the way to the bus. I was like, bro, I look fly as fuck. I was like, this is it. And then from there, I just kind of like started caring about it. So I would say like those pieces, like that outfit specifically, was like what made me realize, oh, like I like, to like dress nice, and like I care about like the brands and stuff.
Yeah.
And I guess that's kind of like what started for me. I would
That's
say it's
fire.
that.
Yeah, I mean, now you guys are still like doing that shit crazy though.
Yeah.
You guys fucking in the fucking industry trying to grow and stuff, which is
That's my
dope.
passion, fashion. Bro.
Yeah.
Passion and fashion. Well, that's crazy, bro. No, it's really insane to just think like how far we've come, you know, and like just from like dead ass what we've been talking about, wearing all of this crazy stuff back in the day to like now. And we're probably gonna look in 10 years and be like, damn, I was wearing jorts, you know? Like,
If we look at it now, bro, like,
you know?
like it's even crazy to think, dude, like when we first fucking met, like you and I do, like what we were wearing even back then, dude, because we met
Couple
now,
skinny jeans and
like,
shit, bro.
yeah, it was like been over 10 years because I remember I had just finished my 7th grade year. So it was the summer going into my 8th grade year. And I was at the skate park. I was at the rec center skate park before they tore it down. And then here's this little kid, just, it's Omar. I don't know how or why, but he starts talking to me. I've never met this. I've never met this guy in my entire life.
That makes so much sense.
You know, he had like the little round glasses. They were a little polarized. Some skinny jeans. You know, he had an Airwalk skateboard, red
His
grip
Venmo
tape.
photo.
And he's just talking to me. I'm like, oh, hi, how are you? Yeah, sure. You know, I don't know who you are, but cool. And just like to think that, and then like after that, because Omar's a year younger than me. So then I went into 8th grade, he went to 7th grade, and then we met up in middle school. I was like, oh, dude, you're that guy from the skate park.
That's fine.
And then from there, we just kind of like got along. We realized we were into like the same shit.
Yeah.
And that carried on to like high school, and then eventually we worked together at Zoomies. We'd always go skate, and then like, yeah, he started his clothing brand stuff. So like to think back of like what we used to wear back then to now,
Yeah.
it's fucking
Drastic
wild.
change for sure.
I can't believe I ever wore those tight ass skinny jeans. Dude.
Well, that's what I was gonna
The
say.
tighter the better
era,
back then,
Yeah,
huh?
you'd go into the girl aisle. Just get
That's
them.
crazy. Yeah, you
I never
would,
went that far, dude, but like,
Nah, don't lie.
No,
Don't lie.
I know some
Just
people,
give
I
me-
know some
Bro.
people for sure, but the era, like how the clothes definitely changes so drastic because it was like definitely like tight bottoms, and now it's like
Vans.
super baggy bottoms. And, like the hype for like Nike blew the fuck up, which was kind of crazy.
I mean, he was wearing dunks back then, though.
I think it was niche though.
Yeah.
The cool thing about dunks and all that back then was it was like niche. Like
Yeah.
not everyone had them, and now literally your mom
Yeah.
and her baby has them. Like,
Yeah,
it don't make
true.
sense.
well, I think what it was for me was that like when I got it really into skateboarding, I was like so passionate about it that I pretty much like was into fashion, but within the skate world.
Yeah.
So I was only wearing like skate brands, and so being like a big fan of like Paul Rodriguez and of that time era, like I like dunks, but not because of like street culture and like the diamond collab and stuff like that. For me, it was like, oh, it's a skate shoe,
Yeah.
and I skate, so I'm gonna wear this because it looks good.
There was only one
But-
person I knew that was a sneakerhead back then. That was Jose Espino. That's the only person.
That's the only dude I can genuinely say, like at least in high
literally.
school, that like was into it.
Wearing Jordans, he had a military blue fours way back in the day. Like he's
Oh,
like the
shit.
person that he's the one that I would say got me into like shoes. I remember he had 2 pairs of Diamond Dunk highs, a brand new one, and then a used one. And he would always say that he's like, you always gotta buy 2, bro. One to rock, one to stock. He would always say that, and I was like, bro, like it put that in my mind. I'm like, whenever you get shoes, you gotta buy 2, bro. You gotta rock one, you gotta stock one, you know.
No, for sure, dude. I mean, I was strictly either Nike SB or Vans.
I was wearing, I could
For,
not
like-
afford. I was whatever the fuck my mom
I
could
was
buy. Tony
Vans,
Hawk
yeah.
fucking shoes
Converse.
from JCPenney, bro. You know,
Like
whatever
that was
fuck.
the thing, dude. Like it was either that, especially like, dude, when Janoski's blew up, bro. Oh my god, bro. I was buying so many of them just because I just fucking hated how tight they were. But dude, I love that. Chuckalos were easily one of my favorite Vans from back in the day.
JC was fresh back
Yeah,
then,
JC.
bro.
JC sold me some dunks in 2016 for $60. The De La Souls.
Bro, I had
shit.
a pair.
Damn.
JC gave me a pair of dunks.
Son,
one
Yeah, I
day.
gave him a pair of
I had like a
You
like a.
came up on
Yeah,
that.
I still have them. They're pretty fresh. They still got
Dude,
the
it
stickers.
was
They're the
the
ones who was
first
wearing
year
that
of
one
college
time.
and
Oh
shit.
yeah.
I bought those things for like $50 at Burlington.
Oh
Dude,
shit.
JC was the Ross guy though.
Like,
For people that don't know,
Well, back then,
JC was finding everything at Ross and shit, bro. Like he was like in the trenches like that.
when I started driving, I would take Omar, and we would just be able to find shit there. Like, you just had to like look.
Those
And you would
things
get
are
lucky, but those Burlington ones, funny enough, it was Jose that bought them. He was there, or like no, I think like someone was at Burlington and they posted about him on one of the sneaker pages, and Jose messaged them, and he was like, "Bro, give me the 2 pairs," and then like that's how I got them, and that was like the first like kind of hype shoe that I bought in high school,
Okay.
and I never wore them. And then first year of college, I sold them to this dude for like $60.
Dude, those things are like 300. I don't care. I'm rocking them till like.
He still has them to this day, which is crazy
I'm
for
not
sure.
saying-
I remember I had like a Beats pair of skate shoes one day, and JC was just like, "Bro, like, you can have these," and he like pulls out like a pair of. This is my first dunk, I believe, for like Nike SB dunks from the back of his trunk.
It was
And
the
they were
giraffes,
like, yeah, they were
dude.
look like cheetah print almost. They were like giraffe print. But like he gave them to me, it was like they were brown, and I was like, bro, I'm hyped, and I'm like, they were a little tight, but I was like, fuck it, anything to make them work, you know. Like I think I took the insole out or some shit, but like,
Yeah, dude, they were small. I bought those at Plato's Closet,
Oh,
but they
shit.
were a little bit too small on me, so I didn't wear them because me and them were like the same size, we're size 9.
mhm.
So I was like, fuck, dude, like these are tight. I can't really wear them. I have like one photo of me in like my college dorm with them. And then like one day at the skipper, I was like, Omar, take these shits, bro.
Yeah.
Take
I was
these
like,
shits.
Hate 'em.
I'm not wearing them, bro. Like my feet are killing, bro. I was like, you can have them.
I remember I did skate them, and then like when the dunk hype came back, I had them still, and I was
Oh,
like, fuck,
bro.
I can't do anything. They're all beat. I went to look at it, they're like the bottoms were like cracking, like you know, like when you can fold the shoe and it has literally a
Oh,
crack through the
sweet.
bottom. Like
Dude, that was
yeah,
sad,
I
man.
was like-
Seeing like
There's
the
just
dunk
beef.
hype come back and looking back, you're like, dude, I had those.
yeah, like
Yeah.
JC had
I was
hella of
fucking
these, man.
pissed, dude. Especially because like when Paul Rodriguez his first shoe retroed, same thing. I found them at Ross. Paul Rodriguez ones retroed. I bought them. I was like, fuck yeah. Didn't wear them for some reason, and then again in college I was broke, so I sold them. And now, dude, they're like reselling, and I'm like, God damn it, dude! Like I had this pair.
Yeah,
That was like you. What was your grail shoe that you're like I sold
the
them,
fucking
and then-
up tempo, the Supreme up tempo.
Oh, yeah.
I like got it, sold it like
Oh, it was like
same
2018
week it
or
came
something.
out,
Yeah, dude.
and then next thing I was like $1,300, and I'm like, fuck.
Up-tempos, oh my gosh.
Yeah, those are good ones. I just remember sitting at Pizza Pie Cafe and like, bro, they're gonna drop a Supreme Jordan collab, guys. Let's try to get them. Look, they're dropping Jordan. We were all at Pizza Pie Cafe, like literally one right down the street right here. It's not even there anymore, but I just remember thinking of that way back in the day, like, oh my god, I need this Supreme. We didn't get shit because like, bro, back then it was so hard to get anything on the website, bro.
Dude, now that you bring up the Supreme drops, I just remember, bro, we would be in school and the drops would come and we go to fucking Erickson's room
Mhm.
and we just try to do right there on the computer.
And
We're
I'd be
like,
so
fuck the
pissed when I
schoolwork,
didn't
bro.
get it, bro. I'd be so mad. I'd go back to my next class mad as fuck. I'm like, fuck, bro, I didn't get that box logo. Teacher child, like, where's your homework? Fuck you, bitch, I didn't get that box logo. You know? Like,
Like, fuck this essay, bro. I need to put in this credit card number.
literally, bro, we were trying to like fast as how can we type? And then there was kids like, yo, can you get off my computer? Like I'm trying to do my like no,
I was like,
bro,
it
bro, I'm
wouldn't
trying
even be
to.
our time to be in computer class, but we were like, bro, we need this goddamn computer with this internet. And
Yeah.
we would just try to get whatever we can.
Literally,
But-
anything resold back then too.
Pretty much, yeah, dude. Back then, like,
Whatever you
those
bought.
Supreme days, dude, like, that era, too, was fucking crazy.
What do you
That's
guys
like-
think is up next for fashion? Like, what do you think in 5 years in the future?
Fuck FTP. I think fashion's moving into our higher end echelon of, like, if you think about it, like Fugazi and stuff. Like, yeah, they're streetwear, but they're like that high end streetwear where and Akomi, like the
Yeah.
streetwear, but it's high end streetwear.
high-end
So I feel
streetwear.
like if you're gonna be making streetwear in 5 years, you got to find a way to like make that shit almost feel and look like a Louis Vuitton.
It's gonna be more
But
high end.
yeah,
Yeah.
but the price has got to be like cheaper than a Louis Vuitton, you know. So and it's a way of doing. You can't do it. Louis Vuitton is taxing. Like when you look at those like TikTok things, it's like how much can you make this Louis Vuitton belt for? And they're like, oh, $2, you know, and they're Louis Vuitton selling it for 500. You can do it, but I mean, you're gonna have to just think if motherfuckers are right now are too lazy to put their own size tags on their clothes, you think they're gonna,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Try to make their high end. No, bro, they're.
And like
It's
that's
gonna get weeded out, bro. All of these brands that you
They're
see
gonna
right
be worn
now,
out, they're not
in 5
gonna-
years, are not gonna be here, bro. And
Yeah.
only the top of the top are gonna be here. And I hope I'm one of them. You
Dude,
know,
you've been
Like,
here.
well, I was gonna say like you're on that where like the high streetwear and fashion where you still have that streetwear side of it with your designs and everything, but the quality of it is where the high fashion end comes in because it's like it's not no bullshit blank. Like I said, on your cargos, on like all your shit, like you see right here, you know, like even feeling those, like you said, first thing was like, yo, feel those real quick, like see what's up with those and like check them out. And so I think it goes for quality first, and then it's gonna be like designing and stuff. I think in the future it'll be probably either less designs or very crazy shit, like very loud shit. I think all over prints are coming back a little bit. I think everyone wants to like loud t-shirt, loud hoodie. Like I be fucking with that shit. I want to make some loud shit like that. So I think but you also have to be tasteful with it. I think
Yeah.
I think it's good that high fashion and streetwear are clashing because it's gonna weed out all the bullshit brands and it's only gonna leave the brands that are tasteful and actually quality.
That's a good point.
yeah, it's definitely we're in a point right now where it's like, once that fucking bottle blows up, all that like fizz is gonna get fucking left out, and then whatever the soda is gonna be left in the bottle is gonna be left in the bottle, you know. But
Yeah.
like, it's a lot of people shaking up the bottle right now, but some of that shit's gonna fizz out, you know. Like there's not like. Like I said, I hope I'm one of them, but there's only going to be a few select brands that are really going to make it out of what you're seeing right now. And not just in Utah, just generally speaking.
Right,
There's
yeah.
lots of brands. There's the Half Evils, there's the FTPs, there's the Nothing Personal, there's the High Rollers, there's all this shit, you know? and you fucking there's only gonna be a few, bro, in come 5 years. Like think about all the brands like Swagger and all that you're talking about. That we don't even know, we haven't even
Yeah.
heard
Well,
of.
just
You
think
know?
of even the ones we used to know. Obey,
Yeah.
Bobby 100.
Uh huh.
Where are they now? They're not as hype as they once were. So it's like a roller coaster. We don't know.
But all that shit will come back though too. Like
Sure.
Dude, it's
You know?
like Neff, bro. Like I remember.
Damn, I haven't heard
Neff,
that in
bro, like-
forever.
But like,
Holy
do you
shit.
remember, dude? Like, not even high school. Like, I'm talking middle school.
I ever
bro.
wanted an F beanie.
That
bro.
was,
Like,
that's
F
my
beanie.
favorite shit.
And
was
now,
the
dude, like they sell that shit
with
at
the
Walmart,
character,
bro.
yeah.
Like the little smiley face.
Or even just a
Yeah,
beanie
with
that
the
says
tongue,
Neff
yeah.
on. And you know how Neff
Yeah,
started?
Exactly, dude.
No.
They went to motherfucking Walmart, bro.
Oh, really?
And
Yeah,
they found
bro,
all the
that's where they
beanies,
are.
bro. And then they just put their Neff tags on the beanies and sold them, bro.
Dude, but you
Yeah.
can buy Neff now, dude, at Walmart.
Okay.
Well, look,
Yeah,
look at
like,
that cycle.
you know what I'm saying?
That's
That's
a
what
whole
I'm saying,
cycle right there.
Like it went, dude, from super hype, like that's what everyone was wearing, dude, in like middle school, like the jerking days, and now, dude, like that shit died like horribly.
Yeah, if you didn't have that like kid logo tee that they had, like the Neff kid logo tee with like the little tongue out,
Yeah.
you were not cool, bro. You were not cool.
I think there's two ways to look at that though, like because as like someone that's in this space for like streetwear and stuff where it's constantly changing, you can see like they fell off in a sense. But there is like two routes that we talk about where it's like you have the Zoomies route or like the Supreme route where like you can go and sell your shit at a store and consistently be selling like what Shaq does in a sense, where Shaq is just racking it up all the time. And regardless, like you might not know someone that buys and one, but there's definitely all the people out there that are buying and one. So it's like the kids or even the adults that weren't able to get Neff and Zoomies or when it was popping like that, like now if it's at Walmart, they'll be able to be like, oh fuck it, like
We'll get it.
yeah,
Now
like,
it's
we'll get it
available
now.
here.
Like it's still Neff, you know. Like I
Yeah.
think it does, as someone in our space, it does kind of affect the value of it in a sense. If you're like in Walmart, you're like, oh, like it's just a Walmart brand. But like at the end of the day, the scale to get into Walmart isn't as easy.
Yeah, no. If you're a Walmart brand, you're making money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If Walmart bought your shit
Yeah.
and they're selling it full.
Because they have hella stores.
Yeah.
I love somebody.
They gotta sell it at all those.
Walmart's fucking international.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They have so many stores and they gotta provide for all those stores. But at the end of the day, like also if you're at Walmart, like you know what I mean? Like
There's so much to pick
Well,
from.
yeah.
like bro, the fucking Mr.
It's-
Beast is at Walmart,
yeah.
isn't he? With his Feastables or whatever. And it's like at the end of the day, is that
Wait,
like,
what did you say?
Is Mr. Beast at Walmart with the Feastables?
I don't know what the
How
fuck
much
that
is
is.
He has like the little candy bars or
Juice candy.
whatever.
I've seen
what the
it.
hell?
But it's like at the end of the day, does it like? Do you want to be the Walmart brand or do you want to
Yeah.
be the
Yeah,
motherfucking? You
it's-
know,
yeah.
like Louis
That's
Vuitton,
also-
bro. Like you, there's no way you're finding no Louis Vuitton at Walmart.
And that's when you
Yeah.
look at it also, it's like, are you going in for the paycheck or are you going in for your creative freedom? Like, and if you're going to go to Walmart, you're going in for that secured bag.
Yeah.
And if you're going to like do your own Supreme way, it's because you're doing the creative freedom.
And at the end of the day, I'm not hating on nobody that makes their shit go into Walmart, you know.
No,
but
no,
it's
no.
like that's not what
What you're-
what I envision for my brand.
No, yeah,
you know?
for sure.
I know, but you know what? That's something that's crazy that you might not even like think about. Nigo did it, dude. You could sell Hoodlum to Walmart and start over from scratch, new brand,
Yeah,
and you can and then you'll get money off.
that's why I
like,
can't get a
do you know what I
hoodlum
mean?
tap, bro, because I don't want.
Because you don't know what you're gonna.
Yeah,
get.
literally.
That is
That's-
true,
that's
that is
crazy.
Imagine if your second brand is 3,000 times takes
More
off
successful,
more than Hoodlum.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
It's just things.
And that's the thing too. Like I've read the other day, like if you're creative, I think creatives have so much creativeness that like they can't be held down to just that one brand.
It's
Yeah.
constantly
You know?
changing. I mean, like from my shit, I guess, like, you know, from the cut and sew into like what I want to do for streetwear type shit, like it's very drastic change in
Yeah.
a sense, you know, like my bags to my clothes, we were talking about it. Like, it doesn't make sense, but at the same time, it's like, it's just the way
Complement each other
yeah,
almost,
I'm
yeah.
expressing myself. Like, so yeah, it is hard to box yourself in and then stay in that box when you know you could fucking flourish and do so much more, you know, like. I think, yeah, there's so much to do anyways. Like, if you stick to one thing, you might not be able to, like, what's the word? Just get the max out of what you can possibly do, you know? If you're just limiting yourself to so much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think we talked about a lot of stuff on this episode.
Hold on, I want to talk about the hat real quick.
Okay, yeah,
What
go
year
ahead.
did that come out? And it looks so good still for
That's
being
like-
a pink and a
That's like
white.
2020.
2020. Yeah, this is like
Yeah.
a 2020.
2020,
trucker,
2021
One
or
of my
something.
favorite colorways too.
Hey,
That,
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
nice colorway.
I like that one. The brown with the pink and the black. That's a good one. And
Oh,
the
I
whole
gotcha,
fit goes
yeah,
crazy.
yeah,
the
yeah.
whole fit, and then
Yeah.
the Ed
So
Hardy's
crazy.
on.
We got
the
the
Ed
Ed Hardy,
Hardy's.
These are.
Should we do a quick fit
Ed
check?
Hardy.
Yeah,
So,
let's do a quick
good.
fit check before we head out.
We got the
do it.
Hoodlum 2020.
Uh huh.
This is a Baby Milo 2005 T-shirt. Lil
Sheesh.
Wayne wore it on. He wore it in a Vape mag and he wore it on BET 106.
He wore that exact same shirt right there.
Not
So.
the exact.
No, that same
But
one.
the same, it's hard to find this one in good quality. But and then some Air Forces.
Because they're rhinestones, I'm sure they fall
These
off.
are Swarovski.
Oh,
okay.
Swarovski, right?
That's nice.
I got a Swarovski
You know?
piece coming out soon, guys. Y'all just stay tuned for that. But we fucking love you guys. Thanks for fucking watching another episode of the podcast. June 30th. Boy Dante's gonna be there. I'm gonna be there. Gooba's gonna be there. JC might be there. So pull up on us. The Utah Sneaker Convention. I think it might be this week that you guys are watching this. I don't.
Yeah.
We got a couple episodes, so like already filmed. So I don't know exactly, but it either already passed or it's gonna. But we're gonna try to get it before. So June 30th. Please pull up on
I think
us.
it's the Thursday right before. So.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit, bro. There's a lot of shit that we're gonna have. I got fingerboards, I got lighter cases, I got a Swarovski jacket dropping. We got so much shit dropping. Pull up on us. Boy Dante's gonna be there with
SHOPX03.
SHOPX03 is gonna be with all the motherfucking bait, bro. Everything you can eat. He said he was gonna have some
We got that
exclusive pieces too.
yeah.
So pull up on us. Gooba's working on some cool shit. So we fucking.
Hey, JC's gonna be there. Say hi if you see him.
Yeah,
around.
we'll
Yeah, if
be
you
there
see
for
JC,
sure.
come take a photo with him, guys. So, we fucking love you guys. Thanks for fucking stopping by.
Yeah.
Shout out Luis too. He's in the
out.
back. He's been watching the camera this whole time. We love you guys. Peace.
Yeesh.